Well, the Mariners are going to do their best to shake off that debacle from last night, the final game of their three-game set with the Padres coming your way this afternoon. They are going to send Luis Castillo to the hill, who's looking to get right himself. He'll face off against Walker Buehler. You can catch it all right here starting at 4:30 with the pregame show, 5:40 first pitch. Seattle Sports on 710. Some finals in the books today. It took 10 innings, but the Nationals take out the Pirates 8-7. It was the Giants shutting out the Reds 3-0. The Yankees fall to the Angels in New York 11-4. And the Brewers take out the Blue Jays in Milwaukee 2-1, the final.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Wyman and Bob.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming live on the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton.
Welcome, everybody. It's Wyman and Bob. This is Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com. We are live at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. We got the latest installment of the John Schneider Show coming your way today. That'll be at 4 p.m. We've got the latest installment of the Raleigh Show coming up at 3 p.m. today. So a lot to get to in a short amount of time. We're going to turn you over to the Mariners pregame show at 4:30 today, the finale of this series out there in San Diego coming your way, so stay tuned for all of that. The text line is there for you at 866-979-3776. Let the counseling session begin here, right? Let the therapy begin, because I need it as much as anybody else.
That's why Bob brought up the text line. He needs counseling.
Oh,
well,
just how do you talk about it? How do you rebound from just a caking of the pants, Dave? Just an absolute debacle last night.
I wish we could go through all of the things that you have said about this game that would be major FCC violations.
Yeah. I know your pain, Mariner fans.
Yeah.
I know I'm not going to try to sell you on, hey, it wasn't that bad. No, it was.
Well, here's the thing that tipped me off. So I was behind. And I'm just going along, watching it, probably an hour delay, whatever. And I'm going, yeah, there's no way they lose this game. And then I got just a little glimpse. I accidentally looked at my phone and saw a little puking emoji. And I'm like, A, I know that comes from Bob. And B, I can't. And it really going up to it, I thought, and I didn't look back at my phone. So I was like, okay, well, maybe somebody went out and just had a bad performance.
Right.
And
I wish that's all it were, Dave.
Oh, my God.
Somebody did have a bad performance.
Well,
that part's true.
There was going to be a puking emoji either way. But, yeah, that was brutal.
How do you rebound from a game like that as a team? As fans, look, we have no choice. We'll watch tonight. But I can't imagine, and I am so glad that was not a home game and I was not there to go to that clubhouse. I can't even imagine being a beat writer that had to go in there and ask somebody questions about that. I wouldn't want any part of that clubhouse.
Yeah, me neither. And yeah, I was thinking about that too, that, sometimes we have those day games where you go in the locker room and it's just dead quiet. And, what kind of questions do you ask after that? I mean, that's brutal. Brutal. So, and they know it, and they have to sit there and wear it. And I guess for them, the best thing that can happen is the first pitch today. So, but yeah, that was just brutal. And it just didn't look possible. Didn't look possible that there was a way that they came back, especially when it was at Camposano. Mm-hmm. It was 2 outs and it was 0-2.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, I'm sure that Andres Munoz feels terrible about it, but it's just like, how does he throw him anything to hit at that point? You got 3 chances to make him whiff, and you just need 1 strike, and just brutal way to win, to lose. And then, you look at the Padres. I mean, you got to give them their due. They got, like, Xander Bogaerts is killing us. In those 2 games, 5 RBIs, 5 hits, 5 RBI. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, it's just it's hard to fathom how it turned out that way. Just a brutal watch.
Yeah, and he had there was bad luck. I'm not saying that's why he lost. It was lack of execution, certainly. But you get a little 55-mile-an-hour double. I mean, come on, man. It wasn't like they were squaring up the ball, lasers all over the place, teeing them up. I mean, just the Ty France hit over the mound. I mean, you're looking at it going, oh, gee, really? You know, kudos to them. They came back, they won. Munoz was bad. It breaks my heart because you're not going to find a sweeter guy in that clubhouse than Andres Munoz. No. He is the nicest guy in the world, and you just root for him like nothing else. And he's been brilliant for this team, but he has not been good. His previous 2 outings, he was all over the place. He walked 2 hitters in each of the last 2 outings. He walked the leadoff guy here. That's 5 walks in his last 3 appearances. His command has just not been there. And I don't know what's going on with him, if there's something physically wrong, what's going on, but he's throwing a lot of pitches. His slider is not doing what it normally does. His location isn't there. Dan talked about, we'll get into this in a moment because there certainly could be something to it, but he talked about needing to get Munoz in the game, and that was where he felt that they were in a good spot for him to have an appearance.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we know this is a good club, and this is a situation where, we wanted to get him out there, and this is a situation where we wanted him to pitch against this team, and in that spot, but just didn't go our way.
Yeah, you look at it, he's just pitched so infrequently. Like he pitched the 27th and 28th of March. Then he goes 5 days, doesn't pitch for 5 days, pitches on the 3rd, then pitches on the 5th. Then another 5 days, doesn't pitch again until the 10th, pitches on the 11th. Then another what was yesterday, the 15th? So, yeah, another 4 days. So there's some big gaps between, and this isn't me making an excuse. I'm trying to find the answer. Like, what's going on?
Right.
Is there too much time in between appearances to where he can't find his rhythm, or what's going on with him out there?
Yeah, well, and it's funny that you go from the end of last year, you're worried about taxing your bullpen, and now you're worried about not. And really, a lot of it is because you got 2 quality starts from your pitchers, and from Wu and then Hancock last night. So, yeah, I mean, I wonder how much of that maybe he just needs. I mean, obviously, there's a sweet spot. You don't want him, getting too many innings early on in the season, especially, but. Now it's like not enough. Maybe is the answer,
and part of this is on the offense because he's never in a situation to save a game. Yeah, they weren't scoring any runs. It wasn't a save situation. So I get from Dan. A lot of people mad that Dan put him in there. It wasn't a save situation. Why would you put a closer in there? That is not a hard and fast rule. That in some people's minds, it becomes you never put a closer in a non-save situation because their intensity is different, their focus is different, and I think that's an individual thing. I think that can vary from closer to closer to closer. Is that why he was struggling last night? No, I don't believe so, because I think he struggled in the last 2 appearances. His command was just not good. He's got 5 walks in his last 3 appearances. These aren't starts. He's out there for an inning. It's a lot of walks. His command is just not there. So I don't know why that is. And then, like we said, there was some just, 55-mile-an-hour little thing. Just they weren't squaring it up. But Dan talked about some of the tough luck in that inning.
Yeah, I mean, again, a couple of pitches that they made contact with that, just were not hit hard. I thought really hurt us. And then those are just the tough innings. Those are tough ones, and he was out there competing, and it just they just were able to get some balls in places where we weren't.
Yeah, they were, and kudos. They're a good team. I mean, the Padres are a good team. You knew that going in. The bummer of it, I mean, it stinks to lose in that fashion no matter what. It's a gut punch. It's just you walk out of there just sort of in disbelief, like what the hell just happened? Mm-hmm. But the fact that you waste another good start and you waste a brilliant night for Luke Raley. Luke Raley's on fire.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, he was 4 for 5 last night. He's currently hitting .339. And again, we're still in that part of the season where averages drop and, go up. game by game by game in dramatic fashion based on what you do. But he's seeing the ball. He's playing well. I mean, you just had a great performance out of him. Rosarena had 2 hits last night. He's hitting .299. We can talk about his defense in another conversation. But, you know, your offense put up 6 runs on a guy who was a very good pitcher who came into this game with an ERA just a speck above 1. And they went out there and did that damage against him. And should have been worse if Julio wasn't robbed of that home run. You know, congrats to Merrill, made a hell of a catch, but he brought that back. That ball was over the fence.
Right.
He brought it back in. You know, and then he ends up with the game winner, so I hate him now. But but no, I mean, so there was some bad luck with the hits that happened. Certainly, you know, with Munoz not making an excuse for him. You had that home run that was over the wall. He brought it back. Brilliant play by them. It's a good team, but you got to their pitcher. You got to their guy who was rolling, and that to me was great. I was just like, man, what a game. What a game. I was so fired up that they got the Vasquez who had just been dealing coming into that game. And then Hancock goes out there. What do you retire? The first 12 of 13, I think, something like that. I mean, he was just rolling. Another fantastic performance. Ends up giving up that home run, okay, but gives you 6-2. Another quality start, and you lose.
Yeah, well, and then you got some offensive production from guys that you don't really. I don't want to say you don't count on them, but you know you expect that to be from Cal and from Julio, and you know you got Raley and Canzone and going, and that's the part. It reminds me of when I came back from vacation, and the first thing I looked at, I thought, they're wasting good pitching.
Yeah,
I hate that. I hate when you see that, and that's exactly what happened last night.
What do you do tonight? And you guys can weigh in on the text line, 866-979-3776. You're in a save situation again. Do you throw Munoz back out there? Do you say, hey, you're our guy, we believe in you, go get it? Or do you go, you know what? Last couple of outings prior to that one were a little shaky as well. Let's get Brash in there. What do you do if you're down?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like the problem is, if you want to, you look at maybe he's not getting enough outings as you detailed there. So I would say keep putting him out there. You know, you're going to get some crappy texts, right?
Oh, sure.
509 talking about how Munoz should spend more time pitching and not with his cat or some stupid thing like that. Idiotic.
Yeah,
that's not worthy of the 509, by the way.
That's the problem. He's not focused on his game. No, I think.
But people, you know, that's the kind of game that was. People are going to. I already checked myself on the RBIs. Okay, so shut your. I'm already pissed off at the texters, Bob.
What are you talking about?
Shut your K-call. Oh, I said RBIs. I mean RBI. Yeah, I corrected myself. So just shut your hole.
I hate to tell you,
crabby over here.
Somebody will get mad at you for saying RBI because I was saying that, and somebody's like, "Oh, come on, Bob, it's RBIs. You could say RBI." You know, like they were getting on me for saying RBI. So you're not going to win. Just let them vent. Everybody's mad. I get it. You know, this is where people come to vent. So go.
Should I
for
give
it.
them a break?
Yeah,
all right.
I think everybody's,
right.
you know, that was a tough one, man. That wasn't just a regular loss.
Yeah.
If you went out there and you got shut down again, you'd be frustrated. I'd come in going, God, this offense, what happened to it? Mm-hmm. But after everybody kind of panicked after game one, going, see, the Astros series was fool's gold. You see what happens when they go up against a good pitcher. Well, you know what? They went up against a better pitcher last night, and look what they did. Mm-hmm. Look what they did. They go out there, they put runs on him, and they got the job done offensively. So I was feeling that's for me is what made it worse. That you got a great start out of Emerson Hancock again, who's been fantastic this year. Your offense came to life against a stud pitcher, against a very good team on their home field. The game was in the bag. And it was going to be a triumphant game to come in here and talk about and say, all right, I guess this offense can produce against good pitching. Yeah. And then your bullpen falls apart. Yeah, well, and I would say just keep sending him out there. Just keep – I mean, I think, yeah, maybe he's not in the right kind of rhythm. And same thing with, like, Cal. Cal, I mean, you know, he had a pretty decent series against Houston, which was – pretty crappy pitching, but you know he's 1 for 8 in these last 2 games, and he kind of looks lost a little bit. A couple of I was asking you about the one, I think it was a changeup that he swung at that just was,
I mean, and he knew it.
Oh, yeah.
The second he moved his bat, he was like, turns around like, yeah, why?
What am I doing?
What am I doing here? Yeah. So, it's going to come around. And Munoz is a really good pitcher. We know that. So he's going to come around. So, yeah, I would say keep sending him out there. Maybe it's a rhythm thing for him. And, he's a high-intensity guy and just not getting enough opportunities.
Yeah, and if you're Dan, you want to show your players, your guys, you believe in them. You're not going to panic. Right? Unless they see something like, hey, physically he's not right or mechanically he's completely off of his game and we got to work on it. Okay, if you got some work to do, if this is just, hey, he had a bad night. My problem is that, again, the 2 appearances prior to that were not great. He got away with it, but he got himself in trouble and he's walking guys. Again, 5 walks in 3 appearances is just, for your closer, it's not good. Yeah. So I don't know if they need to tinker with his mechanics and get that slider going the way that it has in the past and get his command a little more in line, if you will. I don't know. I don't know what they see as the problem. If they see it as physical, it's mechanical, it's confidence, I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe it's the gap between appearances. Maybe I'm just throwing that out there. I have no idea if that has an impact on him or not. But I just remember that. When he went from the 5th, he pitched on the 5th, and then he pitched on the 10th, and he was kind of all over the place. Yeah. And you're like, all right, was that just too much of a gap between, times out there on the mound for him or whatever? I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, though, if they get in a save situation tonight. Where's Dan at? Because I could see him doing what you just said. Like, look, he's our guy. We rode this guy all last season. He's been an all-star. He's been one of the best closers in baseball. I'm not going to push the panic button now. I'm going to show him I believe in him. Or maybe he's talking to Woody, looking at film behind the scenes, going, yeah, he's off. We got to work on this. Or maybe Brash comes in that situation.
Yeah, and I think Mariner fans don't really know what to think right now but I mean, look, Cal Raleigh. Really good player. You know how I feel about Cal.
Yeah.
He's batting 151 right now. Now, he does have a couple home runs and 10 RBI, but, he's not
there
playing
yet.
up. Yeah, he's just not. He looks, like I said, he looks lost, but I don't know. That's just me sitting on my couch watching the game, but he'll come around. And I would say the same thing about Munoz. I mean, he was the best closer in the league last year, in certain situations especially. So, yeah, I think you just keep sending him up there.
Yeah, I'm fascinated to see. I'm fascinated to see what happens tonight. More importantly, back to the original question I asked you, just as an athlete that suffers that kind of loss, and maybe baseball players are more conditioned to just flushing it because you got a game the next day. A football player, you got an entire week to dwell on it. You blow a 14-point lead with 5 minutes left or something. It feels like the equivalent, and you got all week to stew on it. They don't have an option of that. You got to get back to it tonight. But
right.
I can't help but think a moment like that lingers, where you're just like, oh.
Well, I got to imagine that it's like football except with fast forward, right? I mean, there's a very short period of time, and I don't ever remember lamenting that there was a slump for me my first year as a starter where I had like 4 or 5 games in a row, and it eventually I got benched at the end of it, and then I think that kind of woke me up or whatever, and then I didn't look back after that. I played well, and I think for those guys, they have to flush it. And, football players do it on Tuesday. That's the day off. You don't. And then they just inundate you with information like of the next game. And this is our next opponent. And you just have to get rid of that stuff. And like I said, for baseball players, it's got to be just like on fast forward. And, you flush it that night. And so, yeah, we'll see. And maybe they'll have a get right game here coming up. But, yeah, it just doesn't make sense, I think, to a lot of Mariner fans of, when you see Munoz doing that kind of thing. I mean, he's got a guy with 2 outs and 2 strikes, no balls. I mean, it's just a really peculiar situation that you just didn't see from him last year.
Yeah, and you see him just groove a pitch there, and you figure, all right, that's where he's going to bounce one. That's where he's going to throw one way off the plate and see if he can induce a chase.
Right.
And instead, I don't know I don't know what was called. I don't know what,
Where'd you say Cal was?
Cal was set up there, but it looked like he was expecting some break on the ball, and maybe it just stayed flat. Only we're all left to speculate, and we're all left in the aftermath of this absolute caking of the pants. So it was rough. I get it. By the way, somebody coming to your defense here, the 360 says, Dave, don't stop saying RBIs. It's a slang sports term. This isn't English class. Tell Stelton to shut up. Who's he trying to impress anyway?
My issue wasn't with Bob.
Yeah, he says, come on, Wyman, I'm on your side. So tell Stelton and all those wannabe intellectuals, even though I spelled that wrong, shut up too.
I appreciate your support, but Bob had nothing to do with that. It was some idiot texter who probably is texting in a mean text right now, even though it's Thursday. So, I think people are just frustrated. You can kind of hear it in the tone and some of the texts here. Yeah, and one more, and we'll get to take two. But 360 said Roland Smith said he may have been tipping his pitches, talking about Munoz. Okay, that's one thing. But again, they weren't squaring him up left and right. You were getting a little bleeder down the line, 55 miles an hour, the little one over the mound with Ty France. And it's more, to me, his command. I mean, he comes out and walks the first guy he faces. Yeah. He walked 2 in the game before that. He walked 2 in his appearance before that. So to me, that may be true. And Ryan knows more than I'll ever know. But to me, it's more about his command. Like, he couldn't find the strike zone. And then when he did, he's left a cookie over there. So it's like, geez, what is happening? All right, you guys can continue with the text line, 866-979-3776. Let's take two.
We do have the finale tonight, Luis Castillo versus Walker Buehler. Earlier start time, 5:30 first pitch, so we're done at 4:30. Pregame coverage begins. Then tomorrow, unfortunately, it's the Rangers looming with the same 3 pitchers that the Mariners saw last week, DeGrom, Eovaldi, and Mackenzie Gore.
Ooh, and how many runs did we get off of them?
3.
3.
3 in 3 games? 3 in 2
really
games?
3 and 2 because you got shut out in the last game and you had 2 total hits. I'm going to go out on a limb and predict they score more than 3 total runs.
I like it.
More importantly, we need a bounce back for Luis tonight. Luis needs to be who he was in game 1, his first start this season, where he was great against, who was it, New York? Who did he pitch against?
The Yankees?
I think it was the Yankees.
Yeah.
But anyway, his first start was fantastic. The last 2 have been not good at all. So we need to bounce back from The Rock tonight. He needs to be The Rock.
Well, elsewhere in the division, Mike Trout hit his 5th home run of the series against the Yankees today. He hit one in all 4 games, hit 2 in the opener, hit his 5th home run today of the 4-game set. Angels won 11-4 to split that series. Then the Rangers, they're playing a 4-game series against the A's. They're currently in the 7th, going to the bottom of the 7th. Rangers lead 5-3.
Yeah, Mike Trout having a resurgent season, at least power-wise anyway. You look at his average is terrible. So I don't know if he's just going to be a power hitter now, because he was a guy who was power and average. He was getting on base a ton, hitting well over 300 every year. He was obviously he's got pop, but good to see him healthy. Even though I think he's diminished a bit in my eyes. He's a bit of a whiner, crybaby.
I was going to say, did you say power or pouter?
Yes. Yes to both of those.
I hate that. I mean, I'm good with him taking it out on the Yankees, but they're in the division. We can't have it. But yeah, I really hate not liking Mike Trout, but I'm leaning that way.
Yeah, he's just kind of a baby. Take Two is brought to you by Swedish Cyberknife. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife. Swedish.org/cyberknife prostate. There was one overwhelming positive from the game last night. We'll get into that coming up next with Wyman and Bob, live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center at Seattle Sports on 710.
You can stream every pitch of every inning of every game all season long. Oh, and it's completely free.
It's a tremendous catch.
Only on the Seattle Sports app. That's right. The free Seattle Sports app puts every single Mariners game right in the palm of your hand.
On a platter, come and get it.
One app, every game. Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
Holy smokes, what a play.
Pretty awesome, right? Just like the Mariners.
It's Dave Wyman for Swedish Cyberknife. You know, one of the best parts of radio is getting to interview a lot of interesting people who are at the top of their profession. And in this example, Dr. Robert Meyer. He's a multiple-time recipient of the Seattle Top Doctor Award. And we spoke about prostate cancer and effective ways to treat a diagnosis. Dr. Meyer said many patients prefer Swedish Cyberknife because all it takes is 5 short treatments, each lasting about 45 minutes. And Swedish Cyberknife can treat prostate cancer in only 1 week with minimal interruption to your patient's life and work, and the side effects are minimal compared to other treatments. No surgery, it's non-invasive, and far less impact on everyday functions. And Swedish has been offering the Cyberknife treatment in Seattle for over 10 years and treated over 1,000 prostate cancer patients. So if diagnosed with prostate cancer, learn more about Cyberknife for prostate cancer treatment at swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife. Cyberknife is a registered trademark of Accuray Incorporated and is used with permission.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First. You've heard me talk about them. PCF Construction Group. People come first. And if you've been dreaming of a new deck, well, now is the time to call PCF before the good weather arrives and their schedule gets all filled up. With a new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor space year-round no matter the weather. And for a limited time, get 50% off demolition costs. That's up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. Contact People Come First Construction Group for all the details. You know, they designed and built our outdoor living space, and we loved it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, construction, they take time. So don't wait another day. Get started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
Do you need a new roof? Then trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing to get you taken care of this spring. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and secure $500 off your roof replacement. Right now, you can still take advantage of spring pricing and beat the summer rush. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
If you're building decks in Puget Sound this season, you need materials you can trust and a supplier who delivers. Par Lumber carries premium TimberTech and Trex composite decking. Get 20% off deck railing and lighting with any TimberTech or Trex deck board purchase. Visit par.com/decking to learn more.
I'm Stacey Rost, and here with my friend Mark Clymer, GM of Wayscar Ford, Isuzu in Auburn. Mark, I know for me, when I go to a dealership, I just don't want to feel pushed into buying something.
Hey, I'm just like you, Stacey. I don't want to feel pressured when I'm trying to buy something either. So we understand that, and so do all of our employees. The bottom line is we'll give you the information that you want. We'll take care of you from beginning to end, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't, we understand. We only want to sell you a car if you want to buy one.
I think the thing that I want most is to be able to trust the person I'm working with. It's a huge investment, and I got to be honest, I don't know a ton about cars.
Second largest thing most people ever buy next to a home. So You're right. You want to make sure you're buying from a reputable place. You want a warranty, and you want to make sure you're covered for any reason you change your mind. And we offer that. 5 days or 500-mile, 100% money-back guarantee.
And congratulations on 104 years in Auburn. That's a big deal. Check out the 104th anniversary sale going on now with great prices. That's Wayscar Ford Isuzu in Auburn, wayscarford.com.
Mariners and Padres tonight in San Diego. First pitch at 5:40, 4:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, it's Bob Stelton here, and let me tell you about one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. That's when I went to K2 Vision for RLE. That's Refractive Lens Exchange. Now, Dr. Kopstein started K2 Vision with Dr. King from King LASIK, the most experienced LASIK surgeon in the Northwest. King LASIK plus K2 Vision equals freedom vision for every stage of life. No glasses, no contacts, readers, or cataracts. Now, if you're somebody that struggles with distance vision and now you always need a pair of reading glasses, K2 Vision RLE could be your perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You never develop a cataract. Now, if you're somebody like me that had a pair of readers in every room of the home, in your car, you had to bring them into the restaurant with you. Otherwise, like me, you couldn't read the menu. That has all been rectified thanks to RLE. So whether it's LASIK, EVO, ICL, or RLE, trust the most experienced team of doctors to recommend what's best for you. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at K2VisionRLE.com. That's K2VisionRLE.com.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman for Bellevue Rare Coins, and I'm really excited to be working with them again as we're seeing the price of gold at all-time highs. And here's what that means for you. Items you haven't thought about in years can be worth thousands of dollars. Old jewelry, coin collections, gold watches, necklaces, and pendants. And a lot of people don't realize how valuable these items are. And right now, it's worth finding out. Find Bellevue Rare Coins in Bellevue, Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma, or go to BellevueRareCoins.com.
Meet the company electrifying the marine industry. ARC, a fully electric boat that feels like a luxury EV. Significantly less maintenance and service, ARC is built to be as easy to operate as it is to maintain. Featuring heated seats and seat backs, a large display, easy handling, and impressive kick. You have to see it and experience ARC for yourself. Book a demo. They'll pick you up on Lake Washington, Lake Union, or Lake Sammamish if you can't come to them in Kirkland. Go to arcboats.com/demo. ARC. You have to see it to believe it.
This hour is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Wyman and Bob.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Text line is there for you at 866-979-3776. We are live at the Virginia Mason Athletics Center. We've got the John Schneider Show coming up today at 4 p.m. Coming up at 3 p.m., the Raleigh Show, so stay tuned for that. I do believe that was recorded before last night's game, so there'll be no mention of that. So if you're...
Good. I'd like to go back in time.
Yeah, if you're wanting his reaction to last night's game, you're not going to find it there.
I'm going to apologize to the texters. We're all a little bit cranky today, especially me, okay?
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. It's just we all care. We all care that much. So yeah, it's but one of the good things beyond the performance of Emerson Hancock, who just is continuing to, in a good way, present a problem for this team if that continues when Bryce Miller's healthy. But we'll talk more about that. He was great. He was great. Luke Raley is on an absolute tear. He is just seeing that ball. He is and he comes up right here with that 2-run blast.
Here's the next offer to Luke, swinging a well-hit ball deep to right field. This one is going to downtown San Diego. Goodbye, baseball. Luke Raley with his 4th home run of the season. He hit a home run that went high and far that the crew of Artemis could have seen it a few days ago. Holy smokes, a 2-run blast off the bat of Luke Raley. 4 home runs on the season, a 2-run shot, and the Mariners now lead the Padres 6-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. What a drive by Raley.
Not a super complicated swing, right? Nice and easy, pretty short, and just gets his power into it, man. I love watching that guy play. He's fun to watch. I was talking to you before the show about I'd like to get him a running coach, but seriously, because I mean, there's lots of like wasted. I see people run all the time. And I was telling you the story. I had a running coach when I was at Stanford, and all the little movements and keeping your arms at a certain degree as far as where do you put your arms, and everything is going. You want everything going straight, not sideways. Sideways is no good.
There seems to be some sideways action with him. There's flailing going on.
Flailing, yes. Hey, he gets it done, man. He's fast, but
and to his credit, he acknowledged it. He goes, "Yeah, I know it's not pretty."
He knows, yeah. But no, seriously, this guy that I had at Stanford, he was kind of an older guy too, and really didn't look like an athlete. But he was all about the science of where to put your arms and like snap your wrists at the back part of it. I mean, all these little tiny details that just shave. And we saw when we were doing the show yesterday, there was like 2 super close plays at the plate where,
that was Tigers game, I think, right?
I thought the Royals were playing, but anyway, it was. I mean, that matters, and obviously it didn't come up. With Luke Raley, he's fine. It's just that, but yeah, he's kind of all over the place when he runs. But man, he is. I just like that he's keeping it simple with his swing. And it just he's got so much power. You don't need to take some big, huge cut. And I mean, he's 6'3", 235.
I'd say he's a little heavier.
I think so too.
Yeah,
he looks like a tight end.
And I'd say he feels like he's taller than that. But the dude is hitting 339. And again, I acknowledge this is that time of year where if he goes 0 for 4 tonight, I don't know what his average will be. 305 or something. It's very up and down at this point of the year. But it just represents where he's at right now, and he's on fire. He's got a 391 on base, slugging 644, a 1035 OPS.
Wow. Yeah.
See, he's the perfect example, and we talked about this repeatedly, the matchups, the lefty-righty matchup. When somebody's hot, you got very few hitters in this lineup that are hot. You know, Donovan is another guy. I don't care if there's a lefty on the hill. Let Luke hit, let Donovan hit, let whoever's hot. I don't care who it is. Leave them. Leave them until they're not hot.
Right.
Because I just don't know that the right-hander you're going to bring in, are they rolling? Are they hot? No, you're going to bring in Schneider because that's what you brought him in for. He kills lefties. Well, he doesn't have a base hit yet, and I know he's on paternity leave. But using that as an example, and it's not a knock on him. It's like, yeah, he'll find his hit elsewhere. But this guy is seeing the ball really well right now. Let him keep going. I mean, I'm looking at Raley. He's hitting 500 against lefties this year. But he's only had 2 at-bats. So he's 1 for 2 against lefties this year. Let him – you're not going to get better by not facing him, so let him face him early while he's feeling good at the plate. Yeah. And then maybe he's becomes one of those guys you just look at and go, no, we don't alternate him. We're not taking him in and out of the lineup based on handedness. So I don't know. We'll see what they do, but if he continues like this – if I had Dan's here, I'd be like, Dan, let's just see what the guy can do. Just leave him in there against whoever's on the hill until he's not that guy.
Yeah.
Because you don't have another version of that's right-handed on the bench. You know, Victor Robles comes back. Are you going to automatically play that platoon game because it's righty-lefty? If Raley's rolling, I mean, we love Victor. We love what he can do. But I'd say, Vic, we may spot you here or there, but we're rolling with this guy until he cools off.
Yeah. Well, and I see a couple of games where, he's had 4 strikeouts, 3 strikeouts, but he's not letting it get to him. And that he's just rolling right now. So, yeah, I love seeing that. And yeah, I was thinking about that last night when he gets up there, and if it's lefty on lefty, what changes? It seems like he doesn't really make any kind of an adjustment. It doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, and it's comfort for a lot of these guys. And again, for him, he's only had 2 at-bats versus a lefty this year, and maybe it's just a matter of seeing lefties enough. I mean, obviously you're not pulling Julio because there's a right-hander on the hill. You're not pulling JP when JP's in the game. You're running him out there versus lefties, and he's not a masher. So, yeah, he'll typically give you a good AB, but you're going to get better by getting used to it and facing those guys. So, I don't know. Especially, I would think if they're feeling good at the time. If they're on a roll, then show them, you know what, I've got that much confidence in you. They're running a lefty out there today, and you're in the lineup. So get ready. And I got to feel like they, with that trajectory machine, that they can just get accustomed to that angle of the ball coming out of that side and just get, more adept at hitting, left on left.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's, you're right about that. I mean, the technology we see down there, that trajectory machine is amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, who says that? Look, obviously you see the ball a little bit later, but you get used to that, right?
Yeah, it's a matter. It looks like it's coming at you and all that, yeah. But again, it's just for somebody like him. Maybe he just hasn't had enough as many turns as you would need to really improve versus lefty. So I don't know. It's just I'm getting ahead of it because we don't know what Dan's going to do. But I would just hope that somebody who's rolling, and I don't care who it is, if it's Cal, Julio, Canzone, Raley, doesn't matter. Leave them there. Let them hit because you right now don't have the luxury of an offense that's clicking all over the place. You got a couple of guys that have been consistent, and he's been one of them for the most part. Rosarena's another one. Just let them eat.
Yeah.
Let them do their thing.
That's what makes this game so fascinating is that, you have 2 right now. Cal he's not seeing it, right? But last year there was a period of time where the ball looked like a volleyball to him. I mean, he was hitting everything, and for Raley, and now he's not. and now you got Raley, who is really hot and just confident, and everything's going right. But big league pitching, they're going to adjust to him, and they're going to figure some things out, and it's just kind of I don't know. It's just a very strange game mentally of how just the ups and downs and being able to ride that out. You've got to be, and I can't think of a better guy to struggle than Cal, just because he is a guy that is not, he's unflappable.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he snaps out of it soon. Naylor gets more consistent. Julio gets more consistent. And there were some up and down performances from other key hitters in the Mariners lineup last night. We're going to get into some of that coming up next. It's Wyman and Bob live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center at Seattle Sports on 710.
After reaching the NFL's mountaintop,
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
the work continues for the Seahawks to keep the foundation strong. It's the 2026 NFL Draft. Next Thursday, April 23rd. Only Seattle Sports begins its first-round draft coverage with a reigning NFL Executive of the Year.
Who are the real Seahawks?
The John Schneider Show at 4 p.m. with Brock Hughes, Michael Bumpus, Steve Wyman, and host Bob Stelton live until 9 p.m. on Seattle Sports.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025 or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Imagine all that can happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes are going to come out, but what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price never changed for 5 years? Well, thanks to the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most. That finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats. You get incredible gaming speeds on multiple devices and no one battling for bandwidth. For the next 5 years, all your devices will be working in perfect harmony, and you get our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings attached. So even though kids will grow up and you still won't understand 6-7, your internet's going to stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. Plus, get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi, all with the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions do apply. Select plans only.
Lee Johnson Auto Family.
The best path at that point was to stop for the night, and you go home and take a breath. She came back in the morning and bought the car. She was way happier.
The LJ Way.
Your reputation matters. That's why so many landscape professionals choose Gravely. You can save up to 20% on Gravely commercial mowers during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event going on now through the 19th. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
Mariners and Padres tonight in San Diego. First pitch at 5:40, 4:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Ooh, that face. Quantum fiber internet loves that face.
That's Jamila.
Hey, Jamila.
She's thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi keeps her meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of the video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum fiber internet blowing the socks of all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch to
today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Well, spring is all about getting ready for summer, isn't it? But do you have a room just sitting empty and you've dreamt of making it your own home gym? Hey, Brock Heward here, and working out in your own home, well, it is the best. We've been doing so for years, and you can allow Top Fitness to create your own home gym. Simply give them your room dimensions, and they'll do the rest. A complete fitness room design. It's no secret why everyone, from personal trainers to pro athletes, love Top Fitness. Top Fitness represents the very best brands in fitness, like Precor, Inspire Fitness, along with many others. They also have everything from flooring to weights that go in a home gym. And right now, get spring special financing with 0% interest for 12 months, plus mention me and receive an $150 credit towards any purchase over $1,000. Spring is here to get you in the best shape, so go get into Top Fitness with locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or simply visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Spring is the perfect time to make improvements that protect and add value to your home. Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. For decades, homeowners across the Pacific Northwest have trusted our team for roofing, siding, windows, and custom decking. This spring, save up to $3,000, or qualified homeowners can take advantage of 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest up to 24 months. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free estimate.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Wyman and Bob.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Oh, the conversations we have during the breaks.
That's right. Cats. That's right. Potty training cats. Text line is there for you, 866-979-3776. We talked about all the elements of last night's game. There was certainly a lot of positive, but it all got washed away by some strong negative at the end of the game. And there was bad luck. Some of the weak contact that the Padres made against Munoz came back to bite them. And then we talked about this play where Julio looked like he had his second home run of the season, hit it to center field, squared it up, and Merrill comes out there and pulls it back in.
That pitch swung on, drilled, center field. This is on its way to the wall. A leap at the wall. Merrill, he's got it. He robs Julio. Cal tags at second. He goes into third. Merrill just no-fly zoned Julio.
He no-fly zoned him. It was a hell of a play. You gotta give him credit. It was, because that ball, that was a no-doubter. That was over the fence. His glove was over the wall, brought it back in.
That was
that's 2 runs right there.
Much of a robbery as I've seen.
Yeah, well, that's easily the 4th because we saw 3 against the Angels from Joe Adell. So that's the 4th home run of the season robbed from the Mariners, and you're looking at a 2-run swing there. Cal was on second. That's a 2-run shot. Maybe we're talking about a win, a shaky performance from Munoz, but they survived it. They got through it, but unfortunately, that's not the case. So it was good to see Julio square it up. He's taking his walks. He's not red hot either yet. He seems like he's trending the right way. We'll see if that continues to roll. Randy Arozarena was 2 for 4 last night. Also a walk. Scored 3 runs. He's hitting .299. He's got a .420 on base. Mm-hmm. So Randy's been doing his job at the plate. I don't know what happened at the end of the game. As I told you, I was busy rolling around on the floor after the game. Like I just got taken out by a sniper. I was in anguish on the floor with my hands on my face going, what in the bleepity bleep? And so I didn't see a replay of where the runner was in relation to where Randy was when he touched the ball. He bobbled the ball in the outfield on that final hit. I don't know if there would have been a play at the plate or not, but to not even get a throw off because you misplayed the ball in the outfield, you bobbled it. I'm just like, It was just kind of icing on the cake.
Boy, Merrill killed us, right?
Yeah.
That ball was right on the line too, right? It looked to me like it hit the line. If there'd have been chalk, it would have gone up in the air. So, that guy, he killed us. That's a run there. He robbed Julio of 2. I couldn't tell with Randy if he could have had, like you said, you'd like to see and get the ball out.
Get the throw off. Maybe it's not even close. I didn't see where the runner was at on third. Where was he rounding third? Was he already there? It would have made a difference. It wouldn't have made a difference. Did you see it, Lefko? Did you see the replay?
Well, I think it was going to be Randy bobbled. Then by the time he picked up the ball, he realized, all right, I'm not going to have a chance on it. It looks bad. Yeah.
Right. But had he fielded it cleanly, would there have been a play at the plate? That's what I'm trying to find. Because I couldn't see where the runner was at when he touched the ball.
It's tough to tell. I think I saw a close-up replay of the Padres celebrating. When you see the guy running around third, it looks like, okay, he's about to hit third if Randy fields the ball cleanly in the corner. But still, he's got to turn around, then make the cutoff as the guy rounds third. So, yeah, maybe if he fields it cleanly, it's a play. Who knows if it's bang-bang. But, yeah, I think, once he bobbles it, there's no chance of even a throw.
Yeah, that was just... That was the capper to what was already awful, and I'm like, he didn't even get the throw off, and and then I'm yelling at him on the TV, and he's been great at the plate. He's not a good outfielder. Randy Arozarena is a below average outfielder. Those are the facts. That's who he is. He can make plays here and there, and he takes weird angles on some balls, and you're out there going, I'm not quite certain what he's seeing out there, but
so he's not going to be that left fielder that they have never had.
No, I don't think so. He's just not that guy out there defensively. But I've got no complaints about who he's been. He's shown more discipline at the plate. He's taken his walks. Again, his on base is 420. He's getting on base. So I've got no complaints about his approach at the plate. And that's what's amazing about him is he's an aggressive guy up there. He swings at some. He'll chase.
He swings hard.
He swings very hard, and he'll chase. That's part of his game. But to this point, he's piling up the walks, and he's showing some discipline up there that we haven't seen. And hopefully he can keep that going. This is a contract year for him. He's a free agent after this year, so he's playing for his next deal, and he wants to have a big year. And so far, he's off to a great start offensively. But just a shame to waste, what he did at the plate. Certainly what Raley did at the plate. Canzone drove in too as well. We need the big boys to start coming through. Donovan drove in too. How about that, by the way? How about Rivas challenging the pitch? It's either strike three or it's ball four.
Yeah.
That was a huge moment. Mm-hmm. And he wins the challenge, loads the bases, and then here comes Donovan, brings in two. I mean, that was good on Rivas. That's a big moment.
Yeah, he's a good player. I was going to say, again, just knowing kind of in the back of my mind, because I saw your puking emoji, thinking like, how are they going to lose this game? Like, I was going to tell you too, you better start pacing yourself a little bit. You're rolling around on the ground.
I was in anguish, man.
Yeah. But
I got family members looking at me going, what are you doing? And I'm just like, bleepity bleep, son of a, just, yeah.
Well, I mean, and look, it's not like this is a big rivalry or anything. I mean, and I know it is. It's the Vetter Cup and everything. But what if that had been the Astros? That's the only thing that could have been worse.
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe the Yankees, really any AL West, division team. But specifically, if that was Houston, I think you might have actually jumped off of something.
Just run into traffic. Forget it.
Yeah. So many chances to win that game.
Well, and it's one. I hope we're not at the end of the season, and that we're in one of those seasons where it's a one game difference, and we're looking back at this game, or we're looking back at a handful of really quality starts. Whether it's Wu, whether it's Kirby, whether it's Hancock, these are all quality starts that have gone into the L column.
Yeah.
And we're going to, I just pray we're not going to be at the end of the season going, can you imagine if we got one of those? All we needed was one. I just don't want to be in that position. So hopefully they're going to, they'll make it by a mile. We won't have to focus on what they didn't get done in the beginning of the season that came back to bite them, because these are those games. This is when you're going to lock away in the memory bank and go, well, they not just completely fallen to pieces in San Diego. Maybe we're talking about the postseason.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is a really, really good team right now. I mean, you look at the Padres, and maybe you think they can challenge the Dodgers. I mean, you look at Laureano kind of killed us. Merrill, certainly. Bogarts, Machado. They're getting so much out of.
They got Tatis.
They got a guy in France. So this is a Cronenworth. I've always thought is a very underrated player as well.
I think Ty's hitting like 270 something for him right now.
Yeah, Cronenworth's hitting 140.
Yeah.
Right. So, and he's typically better than that. So this is a very good team, and that's just. I hope you're wrong about that. That we're going to look back at this game and go, oh, man,
I'm hoping we're not. I'm hoping we're not going to be doing that. Meanwhile, we got a special guest on the Cal Raleigh Show. Mariners pitching coach Pete Woodworth is going to join Cal and Shannon Dreher. That is coming your way next with Wyman and Bob, live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center at Seattle Sports on 710.
You can stream every pitch of every inning of every game all season long. Oh, and it's completely free.
It's a tremendous catch.
Only on the Seattle Sports app. That's right. The free Seattle Sports app puts every single Mariners game right in the palm of your hand.
On a platter, come and get it.
One app, every game. Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
Holy smokes, what a play!
Pretty awesome, right? Just like the Mariners.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman here for Bellevue Rare Coins, and I'm really excited to be working with them again. And right now, especially, you're seeing the price of gold at all-time highs. And here's what that means for you. Items you haven't thought about in years can be worth thousands of dollars. Old jewelry, coin collections, gold watches, necklaces, pendants. I mean, it's worth finding out what those items are worth during such a strong gold market. And even broken and used jewelry is more valuable than you think. The folks at Bellevue Rare Coins told me they had a customer stop by because they heard an ad on the radio and said, hey, what the heck? Let's see what some of this stuff is worth. They walked out with thousands of dollars. And Bellevue Rare Coins has expanded to Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma, a local established business known for honesty and no pressure evaluations that help you get the most for your valuables. And a lot of people don't realize how valuable some of these items can be. So it's worth stopping in to find out. You can find them in Bellevue, of course, and also in Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma, or go to BellevueRareCoins.com.
Shopping for a new Mazda? Shop the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer, Mazda of Everett. With more new Mazdas in stock than any dealer in the region. Shop over 780 new Mazdas. Click on the Mazda of Everett price. At Mazda of Everett, exceptional customer satisfaction is the standard. Plus, at Mazda of Everett, you negotiate directly with the owner. Locally owned, trusted by thousands. Shop MazdaofEverett.com and see why we're #1.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco bill, and auto pay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
A bases clearing, 3-run double by Josh Naylor. Holy smokes!
Are you planning an event in 2026? Make it unforgettable at T-Mobile Park. Mariners suites and group tickets are perfect for any occasion. Fundraisers, school outings, work parties, family celebrations, and more. Enjoy customizable catering, flexible setups for 14 to 400 people, and epic game day views, all with the help of a dedicated Mariners rep. Get ahead and start planning your event today at Mariners.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think
think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text TIP to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text TIP to 215-215. That's TIP to 215-215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here. For my friends at People Come First, you've heard me talk about them. PCF Construction Group. People come first. And if you've been dreaming of a new deck, well, now is the time to call PCF before the good weather arrives and their schedule gets all filled up. With a new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor space year-round, no matter the weather. And for a limited time, get 50% off demolition costs. That's up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. Contact People Come First Construction Group for all the details. You know, they designed and built our outdoor living space, and we loved it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, construction, they take time. So don't wait another day. Get started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports.
This hour of Wyman and Bob is brought to you by K2 Vision RLE.
Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Well, the Mariners are going to do their best to shake off that debacle from last night, the final game of their 3-game set with the Padres coming your way this afternoon. They are going to send Luis Castillo to the hill, who's looking to get right himself. He'll face off against Walker Buehler. You can catch it all right here starting at 4:30 with the pregame show, 5:40 first pitch. Seattle Sports on 710. Some finals in the books today. It took 10 innings, but the Nationals take out the Pirates 8-7. It was the Giants shutting out the Reds 3-0. The Yankees fall to the Angels in New York 11-4. And the Brewers take out the Blue Jays in Milwaukee 2-1, the final.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Wyman and Bob.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming live on the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton.
As we do each and every Thursday during the baseball season, we dazzle you with the latest installment of the Raleigh Show, which is presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
Wyman pitch to Cal, swinging a drive. Way out of here to right field. Cal Raleigh with a home run.
He's the best catcher in baseball, and he's on Seattle Sports Thursday afternoons all season long on Wyman and Bob. It's the Cal Raleigh Show.
Presented by the Puyallup Tribe of Indians.
With Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
All right, we promised we would have guests this year, and so we are going with the most dangerous guest we could possibly have right off the bat. Pitching coach Pete Woodworth.
I thought you meant Tucker.
No, I definitely meant you. Hey, you two go way back. I was trying to figure out exactly when you first would have seen each other, and I'm thinking it was Arkansas in 19. Was that it?
I was Cal's substitute teacher in 2nd grade. Yeah, 2019. August. End of the season.
Yeah, it's the last 2 months of the year in AA in 2019. He was when I got called up, me and Logan and LJ Newsom.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's your first impressions of him?
In 2019?
Yes. Tell us all about 2019 Cal, please.
He was coming off of this ridiculous run in Modesto where he hit like 30 homers in 4 days or something like that.
The Beef Boy Blast. That's right.
I obviously knew who he was, and then you saw what he was doing down in Modesto. So we were very excited to have him and Logan join the crew as we were making a playoff push there.
What do you remember about Pete?
I didn't like him very much.
Why?
No, I'm kidding. Well, not really. But,
No, you're not.
No, I had gotten pretty comfortable, and I'd never been. I got pretty comfortable in Modesto essentially, and I was on a good roll, like he was talking about, and a good routine, and I was tight with the guys there, and I got called up, and it was a whole new team, whole new setting, whole different kind of energy, and it was just new to me, and I don't think I was more so mad that I was there. I was just, I missed some of the guys that I was with back in Modesto.
He liked the Modesto pitching coach way better than me.
Was that Rob?
Rob Marcello.
Okay.
I liked Rob a lot, but I'd never been around Woody, and it took me a couple of years. It takes time.
He's an acquired taste.
Years? It takes a couple of years. Well, I mean, I don't. To be fair, like I don't like a lot of people like right off the get go. It takes me a while to like warm up to you, and but I'd say we're pretty tight now. Wouldn't you say?
It's taken a couple of years, I guess.
Yeah, we still got a few more years to go. We'll see.
So we look at this very responsible leader, take the team on the shoulders, take the pitching staff on the shoulders. This is Cal. Now, took a lot to get to this, I would imagine. What was that like in 2019? A young, up-and-coming, learning.
It's tough to really go back then. And in his defense, like, he had an incredible season in Modesto, and then, not that Modesto's not hot, it's pretty warm in the Cal League. Arkansas is a different kind of heat. It's a different kind of humidity. And even Logan and the guys that kind of came up at the end of the year there, like Logan's had to use multiple jerseys to get through a start. Like,
and
they were kind of
first full season.
Yeah, they're kind of out of gas. So they're running on fumes. So 2019 wasn't the best version of Cal that we got.
I agree.
It's gotten a lot better.
All right. So we'll take it up to more present day times. How important is your relationship with the catcher, Pete?
Extremely. He is the pitching coach. I just get to work through him, with him. Unlike Rod Marcello, I haven't called one pitch. He calls every pitch.
Marlin, they're calling their pitches now.
Yeah, maybe one day.
No, I don't.
Probably not.
I don't like that.
Is there any good cop, bad cop going on with you two when it comes to a pitcher?
Maybe sometimes. I don't know. We're just trying to get on the same page, really. We all have the same goal, and I think when Woody gets frustrated, I'm there to calm him down, and when I get frustrated, he's there to calm me down, and it's kind of that give and take, which I think we do a good job of complimenting each other with doing that in games.
What have you learned from Pete?
I'd say the biggest thing I've learned from Woody is consistency. I think he's super consistent as a coach and as a person, and I think he does a good job with messaging the pitchers. He came up in the league and obviously was a young pitching coach, and it probably took some time for him to get comfortable with that as well. But he's learned over time what works and what doesn't work, and he's built great relationships, here with the staff and the catchers, and just having a good rapport and really sticking to what works. Because you look over the past few years, obviously the Mariners have had one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball over the time he's been here. So, like I said, I think it goes back to his consistency and building those relationships.
You got a question for Pete?
What do we got?
I don't know. I ask him like 12 questions every day, so
there's not many stones we haven't overturned.
I know. We're pretty much in each other's business throughout the day at some point, unless I'm DHing that day or I'm off. So then we'll spend some time apart. So.
Do you get nervous when he steps behind the plate without a mask or anything to catch while you're getting ready to get back out there, or if he steps in and faces a hitter?
Yeah, I mean, he always insists on going out there, and I'm like, if you want to, go for it. But he's pretty good at it, though. He's gotten the knack for it.
I have a good glove now.
Yeah, he's got one of my gloves and one of my little padded catchers.
It's not the Indian, it's the arrow.
Yeah.
So if you have a good glove, you can catch.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
So have you tried to help him out? Have you critiqued what he's been doing? Did you go up and like, hey, dude, you need this?
No, just catch it.
Okay.
Just trying to do what he does.
Do you have a question for Cal?
First off, how dare you? Question for Cal. Like he said, I talk to Cal more than any person in this clubhouse. Trent and Cal are the two people that I communicate with the most. Okay. If you could go back to draft day, start it all over again with the knowledge you've had, with the experience you've had, like what one thing would you do different? Not necessarily that you regret, but like knowing what you know now, what would you do different in your journey to 2026?
Wow. That's a really good question. In a way, I would say nothing, because I took a lot of good and bad from it, from the journey. Maybe not so much worrying. Don't worry so much. Not that I was, worried a lot, but, an 0 for 4 or, a bad little stretch, like understanding that that's baseball and guys are going to go through it, and, you don't have to, change everything or try to fix something every single day. So I'd say that'd be the one thing I'd tell myself.
Stay the course.
Stay the course. Yeah.
Where was your biggest learning at this level, Pete?
That first year was a lot of learning. Granted, like, I was brought up here to bring what we were doing in the minor leagues to the big league club. But I still thought that there was something more complicated up here. These guys were the best of the best. They needed something more than just DTZ. They needed something more than simple. So I made a lot of mistakes early on of trying to go down the complicated road with guys and trying to fix things after one start or one bad appearance. That's probably the biggest thing that I've learned, is just be bumpers for guys and just help them stay the course and not try to change a bunch of stuff just because of poor results.
Both of you, which member of the pitching staff do you look to? Like if all heck is breaking loose, there's one member of the pitching staff that is just kind of the bedrock of everything. You're like, okay, this guy.
Zen garden.
Who's your Zen garden? I love it. That's exactly where I was going.
Zen garden?
You know the babbling brook? They have like the rocks stacked up.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
I don't know. I mean, you could probably look at Luis.
Ooh, he's the rock.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Literally. I mean, he's just the most consistent, true pro. Just goes out every time.
You know what you're gonna get.
Exactly. You know what you're gonna get. He's done it for a long time. He's been pretty much healthy the day since he's gotten here. So that plays a big part in it too. And there's not a lot of questions when he's on the mound. You like I said, you know what you're going to get, and he continues to put up great numbers and give quality starts, and that's what you kind of look for in the big leagues.
I could ask who the chaos monster is.
You don't want to cause any problems here.
Who keeps us up at night the most?
No?
I played the fifth on that.
No? You can say Cal. What's the most flustered you've ever seen him?
Do you know?
There's been some times in the dugout when I get mad. I guess after a tough inning or maybe a tough series. I think we both probably wear it harder than we should sometimes. if the pitching staff isn't, doing what they usually live up to, which is a pretty high standard for here. And but I think that's well earned. We've done a good job, like I said, over the past couple of years, and we try to evaluate it, try to take the emotions out, but it is, we are humans, so we do kind of fall trap to that sometimes. But I'd say, after some hard innings, sometimes we take it a little harder than we should.
I think what makes Cal unique is that he's got to go hit. So there's not a whole lot of time for him to hold on to that frustration. So it might be a short outburst. We may get on each other here or there, but then quickly, we got to go get in the box. Or quickly, we got to go back out there. And I think that's what makes the elite players elite, having that ability to move on, to have a short memory. We play so many games, there's so many innings, there's so many at-bats, there's so many pitches being made. If you're living on past pitches or at-bats or innings or games, then you're not present and you're not there in that moment.
What's the difference, Pete, if in having a Cal, and we'll take the offense out altogether, but say the Mariners, Cal wasn't here, and the Mariners went out and signed a pretty good free agent catcher in the offseason, brought somebody up from the minor leagues. Here you go. How would that change your job?
It'd be a lot of onboarding, a lot of coaching, a lot of teaching, a lot of conversations. What has made this machine run so smoothly is that he's been here really since day one. And he's, I don't want to say birthed, but birthed and nurtured
kind of
the majority of these guys, especially our
Even
rotation.
Logan?
Yeah, that was the firstborn.
Yes.
And then came George, and then came Bryce, and then came Emerson and Wu, Logan. The list goes on and on. And then along the way, you pick up some guys from other teams, and you treat them like your sons. We're getting off topic here.
You said this back in 2020, our first interview. You said sometimes you feel like a parent to those
For
guys.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's going to make a great dad one day.
Aww.
We're not anywhere close.
Aww.
On topic here.
Speaking of, however, great dads, your middle child.
Yeah.
The name?
Yep. Cal John.
It's a great name. My middle name's John, too.
Yep.
How about that?
Yeah, for our second child, my wife's like, I really like the name Cal and Penn. And this was 2022, 2023. I was like, can we not pick players that I have to be around every day? Obviously loved both names. Didn't really have a say in any of this. It's her decision. But of the two, no offense, Penn, I love you. But I think she chose the right name. Although I'm sure there's a lot of Cal babies in the Pacific Northwest now.
Might be a few.
The entire baseball
Not your babies.
team.
Babies named Cal.
Babies named Cal.
It's a very popular name now
nine
in the
little
region.
Cals out on a team 10 years from now. It's
little dumpers.
There's a lot of little dumpers running around out there now.
Exactly.
I hear that all the time.
Niche. So, Cal's your wife's favorite player. Is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, her original favorite player was A-Rod, so you're in good company. Yeah, she's a big Cal fan.
Okay.
Everybody is. But so are my kids. Him and George and a lot of the players, Wu, they've been so great, really to everyone's kids, but they're great role models and great people for our kids to be around. But yeah, Kawaii is a phrase that gets thrown around in our household a lot.
That's right.
Kawaii.
He's got a good name.
And with that, I think we have done enough today, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Call it the Pete Woodward Show.
There you go. The latest Cal Raleigh Show with special guest, Pete Woodworth. How about that? Cal Wally.
Just like a little kid would say it. Yeah. Not Bal Holly. What's the commercial?
Hal Bally.
Hal Bally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to hear him in good spirits, because I can't imagine if they recorded that today, it would have been a lot of fun.
No.
So, yeah, there you go. If you guys missed any part of that Cal Raleigh episode, you'll be able to find it on the podcast page after the show at seattlesports.com. Just click the podcast tab, click on our picture. It'll be right there waiting for you after the show. Don't forget, you can click subscribe. It's totally free, and that way you don't have to worry about remembering. It just shows up for you every day. But, yeah, we need Cal to turn into Cal here pretty quick, because he's still not quite Cal. Right, there's still a lot of chase, and there's going to be swing and miss. That's who he is. That's who he's been. The same is true for Julio, but he's at a different pace right now, and I feel like the way he's striking out is a little different. What he's swinging at, what he's offering at, he's lost some of that discipline, and maybe that's just pressing, trying to get up to speed quicker. But yeah, this team is going to need it. Last night, offense was not your problem. It was obviously your bullpen, but just moving forward, getting him going, getting Julio and Naylor going is absolutely crucial, to say the very least.
Well, and, I don't think we give enough credit to Cal for, like Emerson Hancock and, managing the rotation and everything that, all the stuff that he does. So, and he's got different guys to deal with. You got Logan, and then you've got, George Kirby, who he's kind of a guy that wants to have a little bit more control as far as the, what pitches he throws. And then you got Brian Wu on the other end. That's like, I'll just throw whatever he puts down. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, he's still doing a great job with the rotation and everything. But, the offense, obviously, when you hit 60 bombs, that there's some expectation there. So he's working his way through it. I just don't remember the last time I saw where I noticed, because I'm not super picky looking at like, okay, where's the location and him, where's he swinging? I always, typically go, well, he knows what he's doing. Mm-hmm. But there's a couple of times this year that I have noticed where I'm like, boy, he looked lost on that one. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully he finds it, and he will. Yeah. I mean, I think he's going to be fine. He's not going to hit 60. I don't think that anybody really reasonably expected that as being a reasonable goal, but I think in the end we'll look at a very strong season for him once again. We talked to John Morosi about this yesterday, that the Mariners, they're trying to find their offense. They found it last night, but it's coming from the bottom of the order more often than not so far this year. And he talked about the team just they're just off. They're just a bit off, where they can't get the hitting and the pitching happening at the same time.
You can't spoil games like this. It becomes a lot harder to take. It's almost in some ways harder to lose a game like this when your starter has done his job, and you look at it and say, gosh, if we had one or two base hits, we win this baseball game. Whereas other teams that are just not getting the starting pitching, it's a very obvious reason why. Your pitcher's not giving you a chance. Your pitching and hitting need to line up at the same time, to where you can win a game 8-7 sometimes, and then you can win a game 1-0 sometimes when you have to. And it just seems like the Mariners to begin this year have been a little bit out of sync, where they haven't had all the facets of their game clicking at the same time. I believe they will. They're too good. They're too talented. Maybe there's a little bit of that malaise that sometimes follows an American League Championship Series appearance.
Yeah, and he was talking about a wasted start prior to last night. So, yeah that's right. and to me, yeah, you want the offense to get going, but, why the start is wasted is almost irrelevant. You don't want it to be the same reason time after time. The offense can't come through. Offense came through last night. Last night you wasted a start because your bullpen fell apart. Yeah. So that, why it was wasted, I don't care. It's you can't have it. You just can't have something like last night happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, whether it's your bullpen or your defense, you're making errors out in the field, but they lead the league in quality starts. They have 12 right now, just a tick ahead of the Dodgers. And so, I mean, that's something that is very, I mean, at least there's not a whole bunch of stuff breaking down. I mean, it's kind of the fact that Andres Munoz is struggling. That is that's kind of hard to swallow. Yeah.
And by the way, Ferrera's the one that came in and gave up that hit too.
True.
So yeah, it wasn't all Munoz, but
yeah. But I mean, you've got that going. So I mean, at least you don't have all these other things falling apart. I mean, for a while there, the errors, especially with Donovan, was a problem. But you look at those are kind of the main areas, and as far as the pitching goes, they're phenomenal.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job with the rotation, and we need Luis Castillo to be a part of that crew starting tonight. He gets the start. Meanwhile, the decision for the Seahawks in the first round might come down to one factor. Tell you what that is. Coming up next with Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710.
After reaching the NFL's mountaintop,
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
the work continues for the Seahawks to keep the foundation strong. It's the 2026 NFL Draft. Next Thursday, April 23rd, only Seattle Sports begins its first-round draft coverage with a reigning NFL Executive of the Year.
Who are the real Seahawks?
The John Schneider Show at 4 p.m. with Brock Hugh, Michael Bumpus, Steve Wyman, and host Bob Stelton live until 9 p.m. on Seattle Sports.
Since time immemorial, the Puyallup tribe of Indians have lived on what is now called Puget Sound. The Puyallup tribe is a sovereign nation of more than 6,000 members and one of the largest employers in Pierce County. Today, the Puyallup tribe continues to serve its members and community with generosity and is committed to building a sustainable way of life for future generations. Learn more at puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
Hello, Seattle. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America N.A. member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
As spring picks up, Chef Store helps you keep pace. Stock up on the essentials from fresh meat and seasonal produce to frozen foods, syrups, sauces, and supplies. Open to the public, no membership required. Chef Store, buying big, made easy.
We've all been there, sleepless nights, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy knowing we're here for you. BayAlarm.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Progressive presents a guided meditation.
Hear the birds sing. A chipmunk nibbling on an acorn. Smell the pine needles gently falling into your living room as the breeze blows through the gaping hole in your roof. Gaze up at that broken tree branch and relax because you bundled your home and auto with Progressive and have the peace of mind of 24/7 protection. So relaxing.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I need a little range. Step to the range. Come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Mariners and Padres tonight in San Diego. First pitch at 5:40, 4:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Hear that? That's the sound of a car rolling into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. The sound of another savvy driver getting an oil change from trained pros. The sound of not having to leave your car while we quickly change your oil. At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, there's no hassle with appointments or dealer wait times. That's one smart bell.
On top of home and auto, Progressive protects your boat, RV, and motorcycle so you can explore the unknown.
Actually, we just take the RV to the same campground every year.
Well, maybe you can catch your own dinner on your boat.
Oh, we can actually get pizza delivered there from this brick oven place we love.
Will you at least try a new topping?
Honestly, probably not. We kind of have a go-to order.
Fine. Just bundle home or auto insurance with your outdoor vehicles with Progressive and stay protected when you go, I guess, where you've gone before. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
This hour of Wyman and Bob is brought to you by K2 Vision RLE.
Wyman and Bob.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Coming up at 4 p.m., the John Schneider Show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Always a fun conversation with the president of football operations and general manager of your Seattle Seahawks. We are live at the Virginia Mason Athletics Center. It's Wyman and Bob. The text line is there for you at 866-979-3776. You want to weigh in on the Mariners, Seahawks draft, whatever's on your mind, that text line is there for you. Really more of a therapy session today for a lot of people. They're just venting. They're getting it out. Some of them are taking it out on us. That's okay.
Well, Bob, you threw yourself on the floor last night, and then I was really snappy with the texters in the beginning of the show. So yeah, I apologize for that. But yeah, I mean, that sucks. There were so many opportunities, and just to watch it crumble like that, you're just like, no way. There's no way this happened, especially a team that was 8 outs away from going to the World Series. So, yeah, I feel like that has been said a lot on the show more than any other phrase.
Because you just realize you were right there knocking on the door. But meanwhile, we'll talk more about that. Again, a reminder, Mariners pregame comes up at 4:30 today. A little earlier start for the finale. And you've got Luis Castillo on the hill for your Seattle Mariners. Meanwhile, we've talked a lot about the Seahawks. We've talked about the draft and what their priorities are and what they're going to do. More importantly, are they going to just go, again, we're hearing it's this deep tight end draft. And John is disciplined about taking just the best player available regardless of position. Could you see him taking a tight end at 32 if that's who they have on their board? Because I think we all feel like, well, if Price is there, if the running back is there, you need a running back. Would they take him, or maybe they've got him ranked as toward the end of the second round, and they wouldn't? That would be too big of a reach. But Daniel Jeremiah was on with Brock and Salk, and he explains which position group is more likely to have a good player available in that second round spot if they were to sort of hold off there.
I'd much rather look at the defensive ends and corners at 64 than I would the running backs. And that's crazy to say because 9 out of 10 drafts, that's the opposite. You'd be like, look, we're going to find a running back in the 4th, 5th round. Like every year you can find one of those guys. This is just one of those weird years where they just aren't there.
Yeah, it's, it'll be interesting to see, maybe we can talk to John about what he saw in the running back market, because he's not going to tell you beforehand. But, there's plenty of good running backs out there, that some people like. And you never know if a guy like Mike Washington, kid out of Arkansas, had over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. The other guy, Nebraska kid, Emmett Johnson, 1,400 yards, 12 touchdowns. I mean, maybe Brian Fleury looks at that and goes, that's the guy that I need, that kind of guy anyway, is going to be, able to run our offense. So, but, the same thing with, tight ends. Yeah, absolutely. If there is a really good tight end there, they're going to take him. There's no question because, you got A.J. Barner, obviously, but then you got
Arroyo.
You got Arroyo, who you just selected last year, and then
your guy
Sabi, our guy, me and Left Coast guy, Eric Saubert. So, and I'm blanking on the other kid that we had on the show with the big beard. I'll look it up on the roster. But yeah, I mean, they run lots of 3 tight end sets. I don't want to say a lot, but I mean more than most teams. And that was definitely the case with Kubiak. And then, and then a lot of 12 personnel. So, I mean, if Arroyo doesn't work out, maybe, with his speed, they could use him more as a receiver and bring in a really good tight end. I mean, it's a position of versatility, and if you find a guy that can catch the heck out of the ball and he's a really good blocker, easy. I could easily see them taking a tight end at the 32nd pick.
It would be weird because it feels like, again, it's a position you feel pretty secure with what you got there. But as we said repeatedly, John's he's in that rarefied air of he can kind of do whatever he wants, and people are going to go, okay.
Well, and then afterwards,
talk about the fan base.
Yeah, exactly. And then afterwards, I mean, you're going to hear why. It's like, oh, this guy's like this guy, and blah blah blah. I mean, just on and on and on. So. I think it's kind of interesting. We talked about Eamon Worry, certainly Horton, but he got hurt. And then, of course, Gray Zabel. But, there's some other guys in that draft that I'm curious about, one of them being Robbie Oots. Mm-hmm. So, it'll be interesting to see some of those guys step up next year. Kind of off topic there. But, I don't see any problem with him picking a tight end. If he picks a tight end at number 32, I'm going to be like, I can't wait to hear about him.
Yeah, it'll be or a receiver. I don't know. I mean, we have no idea
receiver would be the weirdest one, right?
How their draft board stacks up, but we have no idea how they have these guys ranked. So what position could the guy that they have ranked there be playing? Who knows? But would you rather? Interesting question from Lefko. Would you rather be at pick number 64 and still need a running back, or still need a position like edge or corner?
What now? Be at 64 and still need a running back, meaning that's presuming they took a different position at 32. Maybe it's a tight end. So you're at 64 and you still need a running back. Would you rather be in that spot, or would you rather be at 64 going, we're good at running back, but we still need an edge rusher or a corner? Yeah, I would say the latter there, definitely, because it would mean also that they feel like they got their running back squared away, that they have somebody, whether it's Emmanuel Wilson or maybe they have some intel on Kenny Mack. I mean, I don't think you can put much into that just because he doesn't have a resume. But and then we've talked about George Halani, and we asked John about that. I said it like in the Super Bowl in the playoffs when he was filling in for Charbonnet. Did we see something a little different there? And he said, yeah, definitely. So maybe it's that guy. But yeah, I just think it's interesting in this offense. You get your third offensive coordinator. It's kind of hard to know in 3 years. It's kind of hard to know what kind of running back does he really like.
Yeah,
right. Because it's 3 different guys, and obviously Kubiak really liked K9. So who maybe Brian Fleury comes in here and goes, yeah, this George Halani guy, I've been looking at him for years, and he's perfect in the system, whatever. So if they go and, instead pick an edge or a cornerback, great. But, those are 2 very coveted positions in the NFL. Corner, it's hard to find good corners. You can't have enough good, cover corners, and then can't have enough pass rushers coming off the edge.
One more from Daniel Jeremiah. He was asked how far back you can go and still be able to get Jadarian Price.
I mean, a player even like with him, and you have some these other teams that have a back on their team, I wouldn't want to scale back too far. I'm talking 5 to 7 spots. He's just in a draft like this particular one. I don't see there's that many more players you'd be choosing from.
So you got to be in the top 40. You got to be in the top 40.
I would not go beyond 40.
Yeah, we've heard a lot about Jadarian Price and talked to people who actually have the Seahawks picking him at number 64. So, you see that in a lot of the mock drafts. So, and there's a million of those, by the way.
Mock drafts?
The mock drafts. Yeah. I am very fascinated by the people that do that. You're just sitting there looking at a computer and like remembering these names. I think the thing that's cool about it is that if you're doing that every year, you know, when you see a guy in his third, fourth year, you see a guy that's like a Super Bowl MVP, like K9, and you're going, yeah, I remember when I did the profile on that guy, and I saw this and I saw that, and you know, it's pretty interesting. But you know, as much as the mock drafters are doing all that, take that times 20 to what Schneider and all the scouts have done.
Meanwhile, could we see one change for the Mariners going into tonight's game? We'll get into that coming up next with Wyman and Bob live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center at Seattle Sports on 710.
You can stream every pitch of every inning of every game all season long. Oh, and it's completely free.
It's a tremendous catch.
Only on the Seattle Sports app. That's right. The free Seattle Sports app puts every single Mariners game right in the palm of your hand.
On a platter, come and get it.
One app, every game. Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
Holy smokes, what a play.
Pretty awesome, right? Just like the Mariners.
511 is now part of Seattle, and they're celebrating at South Center Mall this Saturday, April 18th. 511 makes purpose-built gear, including pants, shirts, bags, and more, built to handle whatever your day throws at you. Come see it for yourself. Meet pro rider Carrie Hart and enter to win a trip to Salt Lake Supercross, including 2 tickets and $2,000 in cash. Join them from 10 to 6, one day only, Saturday, April 18th at South Center.
Got neighbors? Big Trees can help. This is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. If you've been considering planting trees to add privacy, look no further than Big Trees. Privacy trees fill in empty spaces, help to define property lines, and add curb appeal. Learn more about Big Trees' big supply of privacy trees at bigtreesupply.com.
Beauty, privacy, instantly. Big Trees.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First. You've heard me talk about them. PCF Construction Group. People come first. And if you've been dreaming of a new deck, well, now is the time to call PCF before the good weather arrives and their schedule gets all filled up. With a new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor space year-round, no matter the weather. And for a limited time, get 50% off demolition costs. That's up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. Contact People Come First Construction Group for all the details. You know, they designed and built our outdoor living space, and we loved it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, construction, they take time. So don't wait another day. Get started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and find all the offer details at PCFgroup.com. That's PCFgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
Home is more than a place to live. It's where the best of life unfolds, where possibility sparks, where community grows, where lives take shape. At the Master Builders Association of King and Snohomish Counties, that belief drives the work our builders, remodelers, and tradespeople do every day. Because when we build more homes, we're building so much more than housing. We're making room for what matters most. Learn more at roomforwhatmatters.com.
Hello, Seattle. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America NA, member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Get away from it all and discover a place where good times are guaranteed. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining at the steakhouse. Catch your favorite sports on our wall-to-wall screens and sink into pure relaxation at the spa. Tee up at Loomis Trail for championship caliber golf and experience your favorite musicians live at the event center. Visit silverreefcasino.com and book your stay today. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5 exit 260.
Mariners and Padres tonight in San Diego. First pitch at 5:40, 4:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Wyman and Bob.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We are live at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. It's Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710. Coming up at 4 p.m., the latest installment of the John Schneider Show. Make sure you stay tuned for that at about 15 minutes from now. Meanwhile, we posed this question earlier in the day, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Dan Wilson, what do you do if you're in a save situation tonight? Do you run Andres Munoz out there? Because Ryan Divish just sent out a tweet a little bit ago that makes the answer pretty clear for me. Anyway, and he said, Andres Munoz talked to the media about his struggles, including last night's outing. He admitted that he's struggling with the execution of his slider. It hasn't felt right coming out of his hand. The quote, I need to find myself, he said.
Okay. I'm going to change my answer.
Yeah. If he's
look,
if he's in search of him,
right,
then cool. Work it out, whatever that is. But if there's a save situation tonight, Munoz is not my guy to go out there. If he's uncertain, he's got no confidence in that pitch, which is basically beyond his fastball, the biggest pitch in his arsenal, and he's searching clearly, then let him find it in some non-leverage situations. Put him out there in when the game's in hand, or somewhere where it's not high stress, and let him figure that out. I'd put Brash in tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. And look, we're left to speculate. I mean, all we're looking at, what was the expression on Munoz's face? Did he look like he was lost? Did he this and that? Well, we just found out he is. And he says, I need to find myself. So, yeah, I'm going to change my answer on that one. We're going with Brash.
It makes it an easier answer for me. Yeah,
right. Yeah, and I'm glad that we heard that from Divish. And Divish, the best, always getting great information. But, yeah, I mean, that's fine, right? I mean, they've got some good pieces in the bullpen. So, yeah, I mean, Andres Munoz, he's broken right now. So, and he knows it. And that's really the good thing, right? I mean, at least you know it's like what they always say, like if it's an addiction or whatever, it's like at least you have that problem.
Yeah.
And,
admitting it is the first step.
Exactly. Right. So there we go. Hopefully we'll see how quickly it goes. When and where does he find himself? But that changes everything.
Yeah, if he's he's confused at this point. I don't know if it's specifically about just that pitch or if he's just in totality, like I don't feel right. I mean, he's isolating the slider there, which again is a massive part of what he does. So you got to get that dialed in. But I don't know if he's referring to that specifically, or if he's just like, man, I don't feel right out there, or if it's just about the one pitch. So
yeah, you're right. It could be, but it just doesn't sound like he's in a good mental frame right now to go out there. But again, at least he knows it. So, I think a lot of guys might try to fight through it and say, okay, be a tough guy or whatever. Let's get some help. Do whatever you need to get it done and get right mentally, because we know he can do it physically.
Well, we've seen him. I mean, look, the guy's been great for this team. He's been great as a closer. He's been an all-star. He's the guy that's been, a lot of fun to watch, and he's going through it right now. So you've got other options in the bullpen, whether you think they're as good or you don't like that, you're not as certain about them. But, Brash hasn't given up a run yet this season. Mm-hmm. So to me, he's the logical guy, but you've got others. Ferrer's a guy you went out and acquired in the offseason. He gave up the game-winning hit last night. He hasn't been dominant. He's been solid, I would say, to this point. And I don't know if he's a guy they look at as a potential in that role if for whatever reason Munoz is out for, not in that role, not out. Obviously he's available, but, if they want to just keep him in some, low leverage situations, let him work it out for a few games, a week, I don't know. So I don't know if they'd go, all right, Brash is the guy, or it's going to be a combo. Depending on if it's a lefty-righty, they want to play that game. And all right, if there's lefty up there, high leverage situation, we're going Spire or Ferrer. If it's righties, then we're going with Brash.
Yeah, that sounds right. And Brash he's very special. I mean, you look at that's what I just think the highlight of the bullpen. And you have all kinds of different pitchers that have stepped up. Especially last year. But to me, the core has always been those two guys. So definitely go with Brash. He's got such a unique pitch, and he just can entirely confuse batters, and I love that about him. So I'm comfortable with him taking over the load right now.
Yeah, and hopefully it's not for long. If it is at all, Dan may have a different view of this. Again, maybe they're looking at one specific element where he's saying I need to find myself within this pitch, and he and Woody are out there looking at film and working on his mechanics, and he finds, all right, this is the release point. Now I feel good. Now I'm dialed in. Yeah. Maybe he is back out there tonight. I don't know how. Again, we're speculating based off very little from him, but I wouldn't think you'd throw him right back out there. But maybe this is a very short-lived situation, and hey, a couple games. He's working on that. He's good. All right, he's back in there.
All right. Yeah, no problem with that. And they've got lots of choices there. And then, with Ferrer, right, that was a pretty big swing as far as getting him in your bullpen. And yeah, I'm anxious to kind of see him really put his mark on this bullpen. So, yeah, maybe that'll be an opportunity for him as well.
Yeah, and you still look. Legamina's been effective out there. He's got an ERA just a little over 1 right now. Bizzardo's got an ERA just a little over 1. He proved to be really effective last year. So you do have other options, whether you want to, whether they're options you look at for a long term. That becomes a different conversation. But if we're just talking about spotting, this game here or this situation here because Munoz is working on his search of himself, then you've got options I think can work here. I'm just really curious about the mindset of the team coming out of that game last night, because it wasn't a typical loss. It wasn't a, hey, we went out there and the ball just wasn't bouncing our way. And no, you got the pitching, you got the hitting, you had your defense for the most part up until that last play with a Rosarena in the outfield.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just, how do you, the bounce back to me is going to be interesting, because the series is lost. You dropped the first two, so you lost this series. But man, you want to go into this homestand at least feeling good. You want to feel like, all right, we salvaged that last game. We should have won the series, you know, we won the last game. We should have won the second game. We're good. We got this Rangers team to face that handled us last time. You know, I want them going into that series feeling good. Don't go in there off a loss. You know, this is the rematch. You're facing the same rotation you faced in the other 3 games when you were held to just 3 runs. So go in there with a little bit of positivity, just a little bit of momentum off. All right, we salvaged that. Didn't go the way we wanted, but we're looking forward to this matchup with the Rangers.
Yeah, and you got the A's coming in here too, and that'll be it's kind of a mystery, you know, what they're all about. So I don't really know what to think, but like you said, they got DeGrom, Eovaldi, and Gore coming in. Same guys that they faced. So this will be a huge confidence builder for them because they really should have won that game last night. Really should have.
I'm going
to throw myself on the floor like you did.
Yeah, I rolled around for a moment there. Surprisingly, it didn't do any good, though.
No.
Yeah. I didn't feel any better after getting up off the floor and cursing.
Felt worse. Hurt yourself.
I just had confused looks from family members going, "You all right? What are you doing? Get off the ground." Meanwhile, we are 1 week away from the first round of the NFL Draft, and we're going to talk to John Schneider, the president of football operations and general manager of your Seattle Seahawks. He is going to join us next as we continue live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. It's Seattle Sports on 710.
After reaching the NFL's mountaintop,
the Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The work continues for the Seahawks to keep the foundation strong. It's the 2026 NFL Draft. Next Thursday, April 23rd. Only Seattle Sports begins its first-round draft coverage with a reigning NFL Executive of the Year.
Who are the real Seahawks?
The John Schneider Show at 4 p.m. with Brock Huard, Michael Bumpus, Dave Wyman, and host Bob Stelton live until 9 p.m. on Seattle Sports.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman for Harley Exteriors. You know, it's funny how you get used to things that are in not so ideal of a condition around the house. For some people, it's a messy garage or a leaning fence. For me, it was old windows. After 20 years in our home, virtually every window had a broken seal. And we got used to cold drafts, outside noises, and condensation. And if you're in that same boat, use this spring to say goodbye to the old dreary windows in your home and hello to your new exclusive windows from Harley Exteriors. They have the spring cleaning sale going on right now to complete your home makeover. If you buy 10 windows, you can choose from 20% off your entire project or get a free door. And on top of that, make 0 payments and accumulate 0 interest for up to 12 months for qualified buyers. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade. They're manufactured right here in the Pacific Northwest, and they're exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Also, you'll be working with some really good people. I've really enjoyed working with them. So give them a call, 833-HARLEY, that's HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation and get a bid from Harley. That's harleyexteriors.com.
Let Olympic help you create the ultimate home contrast therapy studio. Pair a relaxing Tilo sauna with our revitalizing Vigor cold plunge. Save up to $5,000 when you buy both. These massive savings end April 30th.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit muckleshootcasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot. When you want your grocery run to go further, there's Chef Store. Find food and supplies in sizes that cut down on extra trips and keep kitchens of any size stocked and ready. Open to the public, no membership required. Discover big savings at your local Chef Store today.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Liberty Mutual customized this song for you. like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
My name is Christine, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, was a healthy 34-year-old, and 3 months later, he was gone. Thankfully, he had life insurance. Ethos made it so easy. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. 100% online, no medical exam. Life insurance didn't take away the loss, but it did give us the space to just grieve.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. Ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hello, Seattle. Bank of America, in partnership with Visa, invites you to a FIFA World Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account in participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America and a member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Great moments in draft history, presented by Silver City Brewery.
A former linebacker at Maine, Lofa Tatupu walked on at USC and was selected in the second round of the 2005 draft. In his rookie season, he led the team in tackles en route to a Pro Bowl and Seattle's first appearance in the big game.
Who will Seattle select this year? Listen to The John Schneider Show, Thursdays at 4 p.m. on Seattle Sports, presented by Silver City Brewery.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Mariners looking to wash away what took place last night in San Diego. They got the finale of the 3-game series coming your way this afternoon when they send Luis Castillo to the hill to get him back in the win column. You can catch it all right here starting at 4:30 with the pregame show. 5:40 first pitch. Seattle Sports on 710. Just one game going on right now. They're headed to the bottom of the 4th in Cleveland. The Guardians are up 2-0 on the Orioles. Some finals from earlier today. Nationals take out the Pirates in Pittsburgh in 10 innings, 8-7 the final there. Giants shut out the Reds 3-0. It was the Tigers over the Royals 10-9 the final there. Angels putting it on the Yankees in New York 11-4 the final. Angels get the win. The Brewers double up the Blue Jays 2-1 the final there. Rays take out the White Sox 5-3, and it was the Rangers coming up with the win. They take out the A's 9-6.
Snapshot brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is serviced by the Lee Johnson Auto family.
This is the John Schneider Show.
Good to see you guys.
Presented by Silver City Brewery.
I truly believe, defense wins championships.
On the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
It's the John Schneider Show, only on Seattle Sports.
It is time for the latest installment of the John Schneider Show, here live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. It's Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710. We're awaiting the arrival of John Schneider. He should come gallivanting in here.
He might be a little bit busy these days.
What's he got to do? There's nothing going on. He's just hanging out and watching SportsCenter up in his office.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening.
Somebody was texting in just now, because we were talking about, hey, what if there's a really good tight end there? And it's like, no way, don't even stop talking about it. It's ridiculous. Remember when they took Spoon?
Yeah.
We didn't need corners.
Yeah, and they did that at linebacker, too, at the time. When they took, was it Tyrese Knight? Because I think we were feeling like, well, you got this guy and this guy. Or maybe that was back when they took Jordan Brooks, because I think they had.
Well, that definitely was the case.
Yeah,
because you had Bobby and KJ, and
yeah. So there are moments they've done it with positions where going. It seems like they were already good there, but
yeah,
okay.
And look, they are good at tight end.
Yeah,
I mean they have a franchise, a guy who I think can be a Kelsey Kittle type and an AJ Barner. So, but yeah, they run lots of multi-tight end sets. At least that offense does. We'll see if Brian Fleury is that fond of tight ends as Kubiak was, but that could always happen.
By the way, I always love when the texters say, "Stop talking about this."
Yeah,
that. No.
Well, what's funny is I do appreciate this, but like people come in so hard on like, oh, this is stupid, what? And then you go, oh, well, what about Spoon? They go, oh, yeah, you're right. I'm like, well, where's the fire? Why do you come in like that with the guns a-blazing?
Yeah. Yeah. I just, nobody wants to hear this, really. You know everybody, huh? You're speaking for all of them?
For everyone. That too.
We don't want to hear this. Who's we?
That's what we do on this show, NASA. We complain about our listeners.
That's right. That's right. We're just that's what you do to kill time until John gets here. We just take it out on the listeners who were taking it out on us to open the show because they were pissed about the Mariners.
Yeah, exactly. Just do what Bob did.
Roll
around on the floor and get it over with. You don't need to take it out on us.
Oh, just throwing a fit like a little child. That's basically what I was doing. I was just a step away from holding my breath and stomping my feet. That's about how much
like grabbing your head and like everybody. I can picture everybody in the house like looking at you like, what in the hell?
Well, I was on the couch and I kind of slid down the couch just on the ground.
Just like a kid would do.
Yeah.
Like, you remember when you try to pick up a kid and they don't want to be in there throwing a fit and they just kind of go limp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I pictured. Yeah. I just kind of slid like onto the ground, just giving up. Just, you got to be kidding me, and just laying there with my hands on my face going, expletive. And
hey, by the way, Schneider is bringing in Eric Kennedy with us today, and he is the head equipment manager, but he also, I'm not sure if that's his official title now. It might be something fancier. EK, as everybody calls him, was a ball boy. When I came in here in 1987, he was our ball boy, and he used to come into our dorm room and play like video games and stuff like that. Little punk teenager from Lake Washington High School.
Wow.
And yeah, that's who we're talking about.
You said Redmond High School.
Oh, you were Redmond. That's right.
He's a Mustang.
He was a Mustang.
That's right. Let's get everybody going here with the headsets.
There we go.
We good? We good? John,
great.
John, welcome to your show.
Yeah. Silver City Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They sponsor the show.
There's a sponsor. Isn't that cool?
The John Schneider Show is presented by Silver City Brewery.
Did you know there was a show, Eric?
After Mo told me.
Okay. See.
Yeah. You just sprung it on him?
So.
I mean, he said it was time to come down and see the guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So pillar people.
I just love that people aren't all aware that you have a show here, and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah. Do I look like somebody should have a show?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, you do.
All right.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
You should.
So Eric Kennedy. Yeah.
Eric Kennedy. What is the official title?
I'm the
Senior Vice President
of Equipment.
Yeah.
Director of Equipment. 37
years, man.
37
years. Yeah. He started as a ball boy here the year I graduated from high school. 1989.
What was it? 89?
Yeah.
I thought it was my rookie year, but it was my second year.
Dave always feels like I was here in 79.
Yeah.
And I was here through everybody's career, but it was 89.
Yeah. Well, because it feels like you've been here forever, and you have.
I have.
Same with Pearson over there.
That's right.
Yeah, he came in 1989.
Well, Dave, we've talked about that before. Dave's a pillar guy, too. I mean, there's a lot of pillar.
Yeah.
This place has been built on all these people that have been here forever, and they're the best at their jobs, and that's the coolest thing about our building, about the organization, VMAC as a whole, now that we've been moved over here. And I mean, EK is regarded as the best in the league, and he's been head of equipment for 24 years in the NFL. It's a long time. And I remember we were here, and we came here in 2000 with Coach Holmgren and everything, and I went down to this guy's office, and he's like, "Hey, you been in your locker yet? You got like I'm like, this guy's a good guy. He likes sweatshirts and shorts, and I even got 2 pair of them, you know. And then he had a cooler of beer in there too, so that was pretty fun. But this is a guy that should be like, you know, have a psychology major as well, because, you know, players are hanging out in his office and he's solving problems. And
well, yeah, and tell us about that part of it, because, you know, that's what you always talk about is how people are around the building when they're not on the field and they're not in an interview or whatever. How do they treat people like EK? You know, and you know, as far as you must rely a lot on like character and everything, because everything kind of, you know, you see all kinds of players and everything. Every time I go down to your office, EK, there's at least like 4 people in there. So yeah, tell us about that and how much you rely on EK to figure out, you know, what kind of guys are these?
Well, the cool thing is that there's a huge trust level with EK and Mo, and the players in their offices are very close, and the players know that they can go, you know, to EK and to Mo, and then it's not going to, like, you know, go to the head coach or the GM or, you know, his position coach or anything like that. That it's going to be, you know, there's a huge trust level, and it's going to be kept in the trust tree, you know, and. We do movie lines once in a while. You can hear too. If you listen to the show, you know that movie. Know it was on there, yeah. But no, and so, but from an evaluation standpoint, when we have, you know, our 30 visits, we have our local visits, we have free agents through. It's definitely like, okay, what do you think, EK? Like, you think could they fit in? How would they interact with guys that are in the room? Like, what's your feeling? And has so much experience with all the different personalities that have been through this building, you know, since 1914.
Wow, we went back.
You don't look that old.
Since the West was won.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. He came in on horseback, covered wagon. But hey, so for people out there, they hear equipment manager, so they think you're just carrying a helmet and pads and all that. But I mean, take people through what it is you do and what, as John says, makes you the best at it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is the freedoms, right? Like we've been very fortunate with John and Mike now jumping in there of giving us opportunity to grow, right? Like chasing edges and finding new things. And you're always trying to find little edges that can help players. And you know, from, let's just say, Jackson Smith and Jigba, you were talking about in college, he was wearing a size 12, had hamstring issues and things like that. Gets here, he's a 10.5. Where's the 10.5? Where's what he's doing? Obviously, with all the things Sammy and the medical staff and all those people are doing, it's a collective group. And I think it's been a big part for us working together, but it's helped him, right? He hasn't missed time and done things like that, and that helps build the trust for us with the players. Like about the last 15 years, we've been able to do some foot scanning and things like that. So when you break into our world, first in the NFL, and that's because of his relationship at Nike and
the foot scanning you're talking about.
Yeah. And then, you know, all the helmets and Eric's been on the health and safety committee for a number of years. I think he backed off last year.
Yep. I think it just got to a point where it was just too much, right? Like, we wanted an opportunity to do some best things for the Seahawks. And when you get into the NFL, there's so many things, so many layers and so many people. And you got manufacturers and Nike and shoulder pads I've talked to Dave about before. And how do we get things that'll benefit the team, right? So normally when you hear equipment, to answer your question, we talk about you know, laundries, there's always going to be part of it, and we have a crew of guys that are doing laundry all the time, and that is something that has to be done, and it falls under my department, but it is something we don't want to, like, that's what we do.
Right.
What we get into is the helmet to protect the players. Everything should be custom, right? We've gotten to the point where we believe everything's custom, and John and those guys and the ownership and everybody's afforded us the opportunity to go out and chase and do those things where wearing the top helmets, wearing custom shoulder pads that are scanned to the body, scanning the feet, right? Like getting to the point where you're basically scanning everything to fit the person, and then having the crew to be able to do it. There's 5 of us full-time guys that do it. Darren's kind of in charge of the helmets, ripping around, doing all that stuff all the time, making sure we're at the top there. Bowie's kind of handling the foot scanning. Him and some guys do that. Braxton's on top of just like a catch-all. He does the shoes and helps Bowie and does those things. The shoulder pads, me and one of the guys will get involved. Darren does a lot too, but just the custom side of it, trying to find the next thing to be able to. We went to a company, Rydell this year's made a custom pad that we had 2 little AC things that has been the least amount we've ever had when it came to a pad. To me, that's chasing, right? Finding the new technologies and what it is. What happens with that is the league reaches out and says, hey, can you join a committee, right? We want to help, but how much time is it going to take from us here? You know, so, and then you get into the daily grind. The daily grind of is, you know, Monday after a game, there's a lot of stuff prepped from the game before. Tuesday, Players' Day, Office Day, we can get kind of caught up on a lot of the things like that, where it's checking equipment, finishing up, packing for the road trip for the next week if we're going on the road. Wednesday, Thursday is a full practice day. So those days for us are, you got walkthroughs, we're moving sleds and lining up the fields. And
Bowie's basically running practice.
Bowie runs all practice. So he'll get up with the coaches, hits the scoreboard up, Austin does, and then he's making sure that where we're going, where we're at on the field, Mike's good with, Billy Nays is good with, the coaches are set, who's operating, what they're doing, and then setting it all up, right? And then when it's over, you got to break it all down. So we got to walk through in the morning, and then you got to practice, and then it's put it all away, clean all the stuff up, get it ready for the next day. And then Fridays, a lot of Fridays we leave, we depart. So Fridays get really hectic because you do a walkthrough, practice, pack, go. So trying.
Bob, Dave's been able to see it, but it's so impressive when we go on the road, the setup and what happens, everything getting, packed up. Everybody has all their stuff. Like, I mean, basically, players and coaches, like all of us, we're basically just getting on a plane. But if you're a player, you get on the plane, you land, you get in the buses and you go. And these guys go to the stadium. They're there till,
we're there for hours. Yeah, we're there. So if we go on a road trip for Friday, Braxton, a guy, will go to the stadium, and the strength coach, everybody kind of help. We pass out stuff for walkthrough on Saturday. So they'll do that Friday night when we get in. Then we go to the stadium and we set up the locker room. It takes us probably 3 hours, 2.5, 3. The medical staff, us. Sometimes the strength coach will go. It depends if they got the time or they got something they're not doing, if they're free time. Set all that up. The nutrition will go. And so then all of a sudden that breaks us down. We get back. Then the next morning we get home probably at like 2, 3 in the morning from the hotel. But for us it's 12.
Right.
And then we get back, and the next day we got to walk through. So my guys will go out early, kind of set the field up, line the fields a little bit so they've got NFL hashes and marks. We started doing that the last couple of years. Mike wanted that done. And then practice starts, get done with practice, come back, break it all back down, put it on a truck, send it away, and then we're ready for the game the next day. The biggest thing is the game.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you want to make sure when a player comes in on game day, they don't have to worry about, or a coach. Coach is just apparel, so they may go for walks or get ready before, but making sure they have everything they need there. They don't have to worry about the trust levels there, putting their gear on, helping guys get ready for the game, which you say get ready for a game, but it takes 2 guys to help guys put pads on.
Everything's so tight now.
Yeah.
And you could see it. And obviously, you don't want them having to think about those things. So, like, during the off season in June, that's the stuff we're trying to kind of fine tune. So when they get to July, we're going.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll have some guys take some stuff home in June and want to test shoulder pads because we can't wear them until camp. So guys will do some of that stuff. Some guys will take helmets home. So it's just kind of everything kind of leads up for us. And then once we get to June, once they leave, we got to make sure we're ready to go for either the camp or maybe we're going to scrimmage a team.
Yeah,
or we're going to international.
Nashville, Green Bay.
Yeah. That's like times 10, right? You got to pack for like an entire week.
For a week.
The most impressive thing to see though is like you just walk into the locker room and everything's like all set.
Yeah.
I got my separate pair of gloves. I got my separate pair of cleats. My favorite, whatever I'm wearing under my pads. Everything's like, all these jerseys are just like sucked onto these pads. I mean, I've tried to help the guys after the games, like, get the pads off, and it's like,
it's hard.
Yeah, you can't do it by yourself.
I think the one thing is, and Dave played obviously, so he had a chance.
No,
to see.
get out of here.
But it's gotten way more.
It's not funny.
Back when I played,
I don't know if Pierce was laughing.
Those shoulder pads were huge. They're right there. Oh, he's got the picture of Roger.
Well, I was going to ask about this. At least you don't have as much, room you need for the shoulder pads.
That's right.
They're much smaller now.
And the jerseys are smaller, right? Like the pads are smaller because you don't have to have pads that are 3 inches off your shoulders and so massive with the foams. They've made better materials.
Yeah.
Which a pad when Dave played was probably $150, $200, and now they're $850. So helmets went from $150 when Dave played, and now they're anywhere from $13 to $2,200.
Right.
Wow. And if you add paint and things like that, it costs. There's a lot of expense that comes with it too, right? So it's. And they're not wearing those.
That's why his budget's so big, fellas.
Does everybody spend the same amount of time or money as far as franchises go, or you guys?
You guys talk about that in meetings?
Yeah, I think there's certain things guys spend money on. I think there's the perception that maybe our organization, because of Paul Early, I think we spent a lot from what we do because it just our hampers look good and everything looked nice and first class and the uniforms we switch out, but. You just got to find the route where players buy their uniforms, or we'll do some through, to be able to cut some of the cost back, or it reduces so we can buy more. You just got to trick work with the numbers a little bit.
So when the 30 visits happen, do you have guys go in and talk to EK? Because I know he's a great source for character, right? Like how's he treating him? What are those meetings like?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When we have got like unrestricted free agency guys through, or even just the tryout guys, veterans we're bringing through during the season, or it's literally like it's definitely a box to check. Like how was the guy rude? Like how did he? I think I told you guys before. Like when I was still doing a lot of school calls, I would go to the equipment guy instead of the position coach. Because it'd be like, well, like what, like how's he handle himself? Mm-hmm. And those guys are always just like so direct and like, hey, he's sloppy, he treats people, or he's like really dialed in, he studies his tail off. They just see everything, and so when we have like the 30 visits, like. They busted their tail, last week when we had the show last week. We had our local visit. We had, 45 guys through. And the guys all had shorts. They had their jersey numbers, and like the field's all set up perfectly. And, and so we're asking about those guys too. Hey, how'd it go with – and these guys know now, like, we're not going to – if you don't treat people appropriately, like, you're just not going to be here. It's really easy. It's and you'd be surprised. Some people just don't. Like I told you last year, we had a guy in on a 30 visit, ended up going in the first round. I'm like, hey, can I take your bag downstairs for you? And things like, yeah, that'd be great. It's like, God dang. It's like,
the story is the guy treated you crappy, and then all of a sudden you get up and start talking, and then his head goes down like, oh.
Well, like you want to go, now it's your turn to meet with the general manager, and the guy's like, you're the general manager?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm not playing here. Hey, so do you know who you're picking yet?
We're getting close. Yeah. No, we're getting close. Yeah. We're going to be, we started with the coaches today, which was pretty cool. And Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll have like just little downtime review. Monday, we'll get back together and as a scouting staff and understand where our differences are. And then we'll have kind of separate studies on, this player or that player, here and there. And then, Tuesday, pretty much Mike and I and Jody will be coming over. So that'll be cool. We'll show her the board and what that looks like. And, but yeah, we're getting really close. It's getting exciting.
One of the things we were debating is your level of discipline when it comes down. Let's say you don't trade up, you're sitting there at 32, and you've always talked about we've just got them ranked, not by position, just this is the best player available.
Yep.
Hypothetically, if there was a position that you feel like, man, we're deep at this spot, but that guy at 32 is the best player available, do you say, well, that's our philosophy, we're going to take a tight end, a linebacker, or
what ends up happening, Bob, is it usually ends up being like a combination of the two, really, and that's how we grade for our team. We don't grade for the National Football League, so we just say, okay, this is our best player for our team, and so that's where that comes into the fold. Now, are there times where we can't pass up a player that has, we think is going to get drafted higher, and here he comes, and we got to take him, So you're just taking the best player, and that's what that comes in. But as we build this thing, we're always building it for our team, and not the league, and not where the player should go. And I get it; it's entertainment. I have it in the background, listening to it and stuff. And it's pretty cool. I wish we could do a draft 4.5 or whatever. You could do it a couple times.
All the mock drafts.
Yeah, you could do it. It'll be like, you know what? I don't like that one anymore. I think I'm going to go back to that one.
Well, we just had a texter tell me that you would never draft a tight end with your first pick because we have so much talent there. So I don't know if you knew that.
Okay.
But you wouldn't.
No, we'll definitely put that in our back pocket.
Definitely keep that in mind draft night.
Yeah. But no, so it's a fun time of the year, and then we'll have. It'll be onboarding these guys too, so Matt Berry does a great job of getting with EK and Dave and the whole support staff and just saying, okay, now we're bringing this person in. This is what we need to help them with. This is what they're really good at. This is what we had the family come in the first weekend too, and kind of get to know the family a little bit better and stuff too. So that'll be great. But yeah. Another fun fact about EK, though. When Ken Behring bought the team from the Nordstrom, so EK worked for the Nordstrom family.
Right.
For John. And Ken Behring bought the team. So you say, like, what does the equipment guy do? Well, he goes with Chuck Cook down to Los Angeles to start setting up.
Oh, for the move.
Just the two of them.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I mean, that's historical stuff.
It was. I mean, I hate to say it because I'm from Seattle.
I don't want to say cool. Sorry, that's probably not.
No, it was a beautiful, sunny 85 every day. It was nice. Anaheim Rams old facility.
Right.
It was definitely an event.
Yeah, I'll bet.
And it was fun. I mean, it was.
Were you guys there for like 2 months or something?
Like a month and a week.
Okay.
And then some friends of ours called actually and said it was on the news that we were coming home.
Yeah.
So then obviously that started the ball rolling a little bit. You know.
Luckily,
was that on the
happen.
Filofax?
It was on the Filofax.
Or was it Telegram?
Telegram. Guys, to tell.
Stop it. Guys, we got to wrap. We got to turn it over to the Mariners pregame show.
Okay.
John, we love you.
Yeah.
Okay, great to see you again.
Thanks again.
Yes.
We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
David,
guys.
good seeing you.
That was great.
There you go. There's the latest installment of the John Schneider Show presented by Silver City Brewing. And you got the Mariners, Padres pregame show coming your way next. Talk to you tomorrow with Wyman and Bob.
You can stream every pitch of every inning of every game all season long. Oh, and it's completely free.
It's a tremendous catch.
Only on the Seattle Sports app. That's right. The free Seattle Sports app puts every single Mariners game right in the palm of your hand.
On a platter, come and get it.
One app, every game. Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcast.
Holy smokes, what a play.
Pretty awesome, right? Just like the Mariners.
It's the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery. Coming off a championship season, how will the team reload with eyes on next season? Listen each week as we take you exclusively into team headquarters for insight on the combine, free agency, and the draft. The 2026 team is being built as we speak. Hear about the important moves being made right now to determine who will be making plays during the fall. Only on Seattle Sports and only during the John Schneider Show, presented by Silver City Brewery.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve.
Cup 26 watch party. Open an eligible Bank of America checking account and participating financial centers only for an opportunity to reserve 2 complimentary tickets while supplies last. Experience special musical guests, games, giveaways, food, and more, all at a legendary venue. Learn more at BofA.com/BofA Visa Watch Party. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 26. Bank of America and a member FDIC. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
With Popeye's new $6 faves menu, you can get this 3-piece chicken, this 3-piece tenders, this chicken sandwich, or these 2 regular sides for just $6 a piece. I know you can't see what I see, but trust me, those bold Louisiana flavors look so good, you might just have to get them all. Now there's an idea.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Limited time at participating U.S. restaurants. Price may vary. Terms apply.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
Hour-and-a-half drive here to have fun here for 8 to 9 hours.
Mariners and Padres tonight in San Diego. First pitch at 5:40, 4:30 pregame. Hear every pitch live for free on the Seattle Sports app.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
When the dollar's convertibility into gold ended in 1971, gold was fixed at $35 an ounce. Fast forward to today, and the U.S. dollar is lost through April 30th. So text my name, Dan, to the number 989898 to join Birch 9898 to join Birch Gold's Learn and Earn Precious Metals event by April 30th. Gold's Learn and Earn Precious Metals event by April 30th. Text Dan to 9898.